January 18, 2026. Subic Bay, once the largest U.S. naval base overseas, is alive with new purpose. This isn't a return to the past, but a modern partnership between America and the Philippines. Subic is now a shared hub for military and commercial ships, symbolizing joint resolve in a tense region. Tensions in the South China Sea have put the Philippines on the front line, and the U.S. is stepping up support. The base's revival allows both navies to operate more effectively, sending a clear message about stability and the rule of law. But Subic's comeback is also an economic story. New U.S. and South Korean investment is fueling growth with the Agila Subic shipyard at its heart. This facility, once near bankruptcy, now services a range of vessels and boosts the local economy. U.S. Ambassador Mary Kay Carlson calls it a key part of the Luzon economic corridor, blending trade and security. The Philippine Navy and U.S. defense firms are establishing a presence, creating a unique model of commerce and defense. After the U.S. left in 1992, Subic thrived as a free port zone. Now, commercial success is merging with renewed strategic purpose. The renewed activity marks a full-circle moment in a century-old relationship. Subic's transformation is a forward-looking approach, serving both security and prosperity. It's a partnership adapted for the 21st century, watched closely by the world. The deep harbor that once projected American power now stands for joint resolve. Subic Bay's revival is a practical response to a changing geopolitical landscape. It's more than warships. It's about economic opportunity and regional stability. Story of Subic Bay is being rewritten for a new era. Subic Bay's story is woven into Philippine and American history. After the Spanish-American War, the U.S. saw its strategic value and built it into a sprawling naval complex. For decades, Subic was the logistical heart of the U.S. 7th Fleet, supporting operations from Vietnam to the Persian Gulf. It was more than a base, it was a city, blending American and Filipino cultures and providing jobs for thousands. Subic was a cornerstone of U.S. defense in the Pacific and a symbol of Cold War power. But by the late 1980s, rising Philippine nationalism led to calls for the U.S. to leave. Negotiations failed, and in 1991, the Philippine Senate rejected a new treaty. The eruption of Mount Pinatubo that year devastated the base, accelerating the U.S. withdrawal. On November 24, 1992, the last American forces departed, ending an era. The closure left an economic vacuum, but also opportunity. The government transformed Subic into a free port zone, attracting business and becoming a model for post-military development. For nearly 30 years, Subic was a commercial hub. Its return to strategic relevance today reflects shifting regional security dynamics. Subic's journey shows how history, economics, and security are deeply intertwined. At the heart of Subic's revival is its massive shipyard. Once run by Hanjin, the shipyard faced bankruptcy in 2019, raising fears of a Chinese takeover. To prevent this, U.S. private equity firm Cerberus acquired the facility, outbidding Chinese interests. The shipyard is now leased to Hyundai Heavy Industries and rebranded as Agila Subic. This move secured the shipyard for Allied use and preserved jobs. Today, Agila Subic services both commercial and military vessels with the Philippine Navy as a key tenant. U.S. defense contractors are present, making it a dual-use asset for the alliance. The shipyard's revival is a strategic win, ensuring Allied access to vital repair and logistics in the region. It's a quiet but powerful move that strengthens the U.S.-Philippine alliance. Subic's shipyard is now a linchpin for regional security and economic growth. Subic Bay is set to become a global center for defense manufacturing. A new munitions plant, potentially the world's largest, is being built in the Subic Freeport Zone. This project aims to boost the Philippines' self-reliance and support its military modernization. President Marcos Jr. champions the plant as vital for national security and crisis readiness. The U.S. strongly backs the project, seeing it as key to alliance interoperability. The facility will produce munitions compatible with U.S. systems, deepening industrial ties. With a secure supply of military hardware near the South China Sea, Allied forces gain a major logistical advantage. Subic's munitions hub is a strategic game-changer for the region. U.S. military engagement in the Philippines now extends far beyond Subic Bay. Palawan, facing the South China Sea, is a new front line. The U.S. is funding upgrades at Naval Detachment Oyster Bay, building a new maintenance facility for patrol boats and unmanned vessels. This allows Philippine forces to operate closer to contested waters, increasing readiness and response. Additional facilities in Quezon, Palawan, bring capabilities even nearer to disputed shoals. Since 2023, U.S. security assistance has ramped up, including advanced drones for maritime surveillance. A forward-deployed U.S. task force trains Philippine drone operators, building real capacity. These efforts create a network Subic as the logistics hub, Palawan as the forward post. This layered approach strengthens Philippine maritime security. It's a comprehensive U.S. strategy, combining infrastructure, technology, and training. The result, a resilient defense network ready to meet regional challenges. Subic and Palawan together project presence and deterrence into the South China Sea. The U.S.-Philippine partnership is now more agile and effective than ever. This cooperation is vital for defending Philippine sovereignty. The alliance is adapting to a complex security environment. Subic Bay's comeback is a direct response to rising tensions in the South China Sea. China's aggressive claims and actions have led to dangerous encounters with Philippine vessels. A violent clash at 2nd Thomas Shoal in June 2024 underscored the stakes, with Philippine Marines attacked during a resupply mission. These incidents highlight the need for strong, nearby bases like Subic and Palawan. China's harassment of fishermen and interference with resource exploration threaten Philippine security and livelihoods. The reopening of Subic provides a secure haven for allied naval assets, enabling rapid response. Increased U.S. presence signals to Beijing that aggression will be met with resolve. Subic is now a cornerstone of joint strategy to uphold international law and freedom of navigation. The base gives the Philippines the backing it needs to defend its maritime rights. In this contested region, Subic's revival is a stabilizing force. Amid strategic shifts, Subic Bay recently honored the human side of the U.S.-Philippine alliance. On January 14, 2026, the Filipino Shipmate Monument was unveiled, a tribute to generations of Filipinos in the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard. The monument features 3 bronze statues with Fireman 2nd Class Telesforo Trinidad at its center. Trinidad, the only Filipino to receive the U.S. Medal of Honor, symbolizes courage and sacrifice. In 1915, he saved shipmates from a deadly explosion aboard the USS San Diego, earning America's highest military honor. The monument, funded by the United States Sailors Alliance of the Philippines, cements the legacy of Filipino service. At the unveiling, U.S. Coast Guard Commander Ryan Neumeyer praised the enduring maritime bond. Filipino Americans continue to play vital roles in U.S. sea services. The monument is more than a statue. It's a recognition of shared identity and loyalty. It honors the bravery and professionalism of Filipino shipmates, past and present. Subic Bay's story is not just about strategy, but about people. The alliance is built on shared sacrifice and trust. This monument ensures those contributions are never forgotten. Subic Bay's revival is the clearest sign of a U.S.-Philippine alliance stronger than ever. This isn't about old bases, but a flexible, modern partnership built on shared interests. Subic and Palawan form a resilient security network, enhancing Philippine sovereignty and giving the U.S. a vital foothold. The alliance is a cornerstone of Indo-Pacific stability, deterring coercion and upholding international law. For the Philippines, the benefits are immediate advanced technology, training and investment. The new munitions plant and shipyard boost self-reliance and economic growth. The partnership empowers the Philippines to defend its rights and resources. For the U.S., a strong Philippines is an invaluable ally in a strategic location. Access to Subic enhances U.S. operations and regional stability. Subic's comeback is a story of adaptation and renewal. The alliance finds new purpose in modern challenges. It's about securing a free, open, and prosperous future for the region. Subic Bay stands as a beacon of partnership and resolve.